Hey folks, how's it going? Dr. Spin. In my quest to find my favorite albums from 2021, I've been working through this big bracketed elimination system, and that results in these eliminations. And I wanted to share these eliminations with you, kind of listen to my opinions on them, and then sound off below, see what you think, if I'm on the right track or not. There'll be tracks at the end so you can follow along and make your decisions based on your own perceptions of the songs. Okay, so for today, I'm looking at the ARMS album, Ultrapop, versus the Sons of Apollo's 2020 MMXX. So you got two different iterations of very aggressive, intense music going on here, okay? The ARMS Ultrapop has its roots in sort of punk and post-punk music, okay? The vocals are generally kind of screamed and non-pitched. And this particular version of it, this more contemporary version of post-punk, I think, is very produced and very electric in nature. It's wall guitar permeates this album throughout the entire thing, to the point where it almost obscures a lot of the other voices on the album. Not to the point where we really can't hear them, but definitely stands out in front of them in the mix. The other voices in the band, the bass and these other things, are sort of etched inside of this huge wall of guitar. It's carved out of it. And inside of that etching, there's really kind of disorienting and energetic rhythms and super fantastic performances that are very energetic. Even though this album has a lot of things that kind of feel a little bit monotonous when you kind of look past that initial aspect of it being huge sounds, overblown throughout the entire album, just everything turned up to the max. There's a lot of really great musical stuff going on with that. Now let's compare that again to Sons of Apollo. The Sons of Apollo is a bit more of a classic idea of rock music. This is more a little bit contemporary, right? The classic idea of rock and progressive rock and heavy metal, that sort of thing, is it allows the voices of the individual players to come through. Less so with the ARMS, but certainly with the Sons of Apollo, you hear these voices, and that's kind of what you want in this case, because Sons of Apollo is this huge super group with Billy Sheehan on bass, and Mike Portnoy on drums, and Bumblefoot Doll on guitar. Also think a lot of the songwriting on this album is really, really great. I don't think it's super innovative necessarily. It doesn't break any new ground in hard rock or progressive hard rock, but it's a super good example of it, and you have to really respect the musicianship of the players involved and their compositional ability. There's a lot of variety on this album. They touch on hard rock, they touch on progressive rock. It's almost like what would happen if Keith Emerson was playing for Dream Theater. That kind of has that feeling to it sometimes. So if you give me these two albums and back to back and listen to them, I would have to say I got to go with the Sons of Apollo. It's mainly because my own personal concept of what's really great in music is attracted to the individual musicianship of the players. That's played down a little bit in the ARMS. Great stuff going on with this one, but it just sounds like the ARMS. You can't hear the individuals in there the same way as you can on Sons of Apollo. So in this case, Sons of Apollo advances. So tell me what you think. Like below and subscribe and share the video out with your friends. And also be on the lookout for more of these videos later this week. And until I see you then, catch you on the flip side.